Hello, everybody. Hello. It's your girl, Kiara Washington Speaks. And I just want to say to every single person who is coming across this video, just know that my hope is that you get something out of it. I have been asked by now, I think 2 or 3 people to do a video on my interview process or the interview process with Verizon. So my channel arrays from like a lot of different things. I talk about books I've read, I talk about my experiences as a young entrepreneur, and I talk about my 9-to-5, which is Verizon. So the interview process with Verizon, as you can see, I'm actually on the way to work now. I got my check on, I'm on the way to work now, probably about 10 minutes out from work. Let's see, I've now been with the company for a little over a year. Actually, I take that back. Today actually makes my year. Actually, because I started on the 5th of March, and today is the 5th of March. And today is actually my year. So yay me. I've been with the company now for a year. And the way I ended up even getting the interview. Let me talk about how I actually got the interview. So I had, at the time I was working at a call center, and it wasn't a horrible job, but I wasn't crazy about it. I actually had my resume on multiple sites. I had it on Monster, I had it on Career Builder, I had it on Indeed. I believe Verizon found my resume on Monster or Indeed. I can't really remember, but it was one of the two. And I actually was hit up by a recruiter asking me to come to this event that Verizon does for women. It's called Women in Wireless. So it was a Women in Wireless event, and they want us to come to basically like it was only about 6 of us at this Women in Wireless interview that we came to. And we watched stuff about the company, yada, yada, yada. Prime example, the location for the store that they were hiring for was a new store that they had just built. They were only going to be hiring one person. I personally think I did very well in the interview process. I think I made the interviewers laugh, and we had a good time. I'm very open. I'm the type of person, I'm not really nervous when it comes to interviews because I feel like you're just having a conversation with people. So it's always good to just be down to earth, but be serious at the same time. But don't take yourself too seriously, because a lot of times they know when you are just trying to get the job. Like, you should not have the attitude of, well, I don't give a damn about this job. I don't care if I don't get it or not. But what you should know is you should trust in your ability enough to be able to do whatever the job is requiring of you. Prime example, I knew what the job required. I knew it was basically a customer service sales position. I had pretty much been doing customer service and sales my entire work career. So for me, it wasn't really difficult. However, when you do interviews and stuff, just make sure you're down to earth. So basically, from that interview process, I was not selected as the one person that was hired for this particular new store that was built. However, I actually ended up going on vacation the following week. Well, actually, no, I ended up going on vacation that weekend because my original interview with the 6 of us was like on a Monday. I went on vacation like that Wednesday, and I ended up getting a call when I was on vacation from my recruiter, basically saying, hey, I know that we didn't hire you for the new store, but we have some positions open at another store, and we are interested in having you interview at that store. So long story short, ended up finding out that that I was going to be interviewing at another store. So when I got back from vacation, which honestly, y'all, I have to tell you this really quickly. Vacation was really funny because I ended up never fly Spirit. Let me say that. I never fly Spirit because Spirit ended up having us completely messed up. And me and my friend, we ended up having to stay in Fort Lauderdale because we were on vacation. We ended up staying in Fort Lauderdale for an extra day because Spirit overbooked our flight by like 40-something seats, which apparently Spirit does this all the time. So that was a one-stop thing for me. I never flew Spirit again after that. I only fly American or Southwest now. But anyway, so we were supposed to come back the day before, but I ended up coming back on the day I actually had my interview scheduled. So like my flight left at 6. I think my flight left at 6 or 8 in the morning. I got to DC, because that's where my friend lives. I got there, Alexandria. She lives in Alexandria. I got there at like 12:30. My interview was at 2. I got home so quick, y'all. Like, I'm trying to tell you, I got home so quick. I did a Superwoman. I still made it to my interview on time. I interviewed, and the one thing I'll say about this, because I know I'm rambling, I do that. I tend to do that from time to time. What I will say about the interview process with Verizon is simply this. My interviewers actually were very, very down-to-earth people. Of course, they ask you questions about, how do you feel that you will be an asset to the company? What are some things or what are situations that you've been in where you've been recognized for certain things? Kind of the usual things that they ask you in interviews. However, I want to say something else again about my interviewer, who was my old GM. He really wanted to know your character. He was more so involved in knowing what your character was, not necessarily what your skill set was. Because I'll say this when it comes to sales. Sales is the type of job where you have to have the personality for sales, because skill set with sales comes over time. And really, honestly, any sales position is about building a relationship. So when you are building relationships with people, people will buy from you. Even if they don't want the product, even if they're not crazy about it, even if they don't need it, they will buy from you because they trust you, they like you, they enjoy talking to you. And that is what I realized my interviewer slash OGM was very interested in knowing about me when I interview. He wanted to know how I am, what do I like to do. He wanted to know, how I was at my past job, but what were things that spoke out or stood out about my character as a woman, as a person. And that really basically was my interview process with Verizon. It was probably about a 20-minute interview. I was not in there for 30 minutes, 45 minutes, an hour. It was about a 20-minute interview. And when I left, I actually felt very happy about the interview process because I felt that I got hired anyway. I had to still go through, after they decided to hire me, you still have to go through the actual phases of going through your acceptance letter. You have to go through the background check, which the background check was, I'm not going to say it was really lengthy, but it was a process because it took a little while for things to come back. They actually really put the energy into making sure that the person that they're going to hire is going to be somebody who's going to be beneficial for the company, because Verizon makes an investment in their employees. So regardless about how people may feel about the company, if they like the company or not, or whatever their feelings may be towards the company, Verizon makes an investment in their people. And it's just a fact. They just do. But anyway, I ended up passing my background check, and of course passing my drug test, because you have a drug test. And I started the following week. And the one thing I can say about working for the company that is the upside is you have a limitless potential for making money. Now, what I hear that they're going to be doing soon is they're going to be changing us to something called Verizon 2.0, which definitely sounds like they're going to be messing with our commission a little bit. But like I said, and I'll say it again, we have to learn how to be aware and proactive in what we're doing in our jobs. So with that being said, is you have to know what your end goal looks like. Me, I'm very thankful for my job. I really like my job. I'm blessed to have it. But I have other things that mean a lot more to me and that are what I would call my babies, per se. So I would say the same thing to you. Know what your objectives are. Know what your goals are. If you are interviewing with Verizon, just make sure that you have something to contribute as far as personality. It's a very personality-based job. So you're dealing with sales, you're dealing with people. You will learn and work in this job that a lot of people do not know about electronics. They do not know about their devices that they carry in their hands every day. So it is your job to help inform them of what's really going on. So just yeah, look up some more videos like this. And if you all like this video, or you feel like, you know, you have any other questions that you would like for me to answer, please comment below, share this video, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. All right, I'm out. Peace.